You know how it goes. We've all been there. A tiny little disagreement suddenly blows up into this massive fight, and everybody just walks away feeling terrible. So, what if there was one simple rule that could stop that from happening? Well, that's what we're diving into today. A really powerful guideline that helps you actually solve problems instead of just creating new ones.
Okay, so picture this. You just walked through the door after a truly awful day. The traffic was a nightmare, work was just impossible, and honestly, you feel completely drained and just cranky. All you really want is a little peace and quiet. But of course, right as you're taking off your coat, your partner, or maybe one of your kids, comes up to you. They need to talk about something important. And in that state of mind, what happens next is almost guaranteed to be a disaster. It has nothing to do with not loving each other and everything to do with just terrible, terrible timing.
And this is the trap we all fall into. When you respond badly in that moment, maybe with a sharp, insensitive comment, you don't solve anything. What you actually do is create a second problem. Now you've got hurt feelings and a whole new argument to deal with. You've literally taken the original problem and just added one more on top. But what if there was a simple way to see this situation coming before it even starts? A way to tell whether you're about to solve an issue or just pour gasoline on the fire? Well, there is, and it's actually remarkably straightforward.
So this idea, this insight, it comes from the work of Lane Lasater. He's a retired clinical psychologist who spent his entire career helping couples and families navigate these exact kinds of situations. And his experience really uncovered a fundamental truth about how we handle conflict.
And here it is, the core guideline. Don't even try to solve a problem when you are in a problem creation mood. It sounds so simple, right? But it's actually profound. Because if you try, you're not just going to fail. You're almost guaranteed to make everything worse.
This slide just breaks it down perfectly. Look, on one side, you've got the problem-solving mood. You're calm, you're open, you're ready to actually work towards a solution. But on the other side, you've got the problem creation mood. You're angry, you're tired, you're defensive, and you're basically a walking, talking conflict escalation machine. The most important skill here is just knowing which state you're in.
So, okay, how do you handle this in the real world? It's not enough to just know what mood you're in. You need the right words to safely hit the pause button. And that's what this next section is all about. It's a toolkit of practical phrases you can literally use tonight. This first one, it's perfect for that just walked in the door scenario. Saying, I'm not in a good place to talk right now. And then adding, but can we please talk about this after dinner? That validates their need to talk while also respecting where you're at. It's not a no, it's just a not right now. Oh man, this next phrase is so powerful. You know when you come home angry about something that happened at work and you just know you're probably going to take it out on somebody? Adding, but it's not you, is the absolute key. It reassures your partner or your family that they aren't the target, which stops them from feeling insecure or getting defensive. It's a game changer. All right, so you've successfully called for a timeout. That's great. But what happens if after that cool down period, you're still not cool? Jumping back in too soon can be just as damaging as not stopping in the first place. This is your tool for that exact moment. And listen, it is perfectly okay to say, you know what, I'm still not ready to talk about this. This isn't about avoiding the issue. It's an honest check-in with yourself that protects the conversation. It's so much better to ask for a little more time than to restart the fight while you're still seeing red. Just remember, the whole point of taking a time out is to get you back into a problem-solving mood. If you're not there yet, then restarting the conversation is just digging that hole deeper and deeper. The crucial skill here is being really honest with yourself about whether you've truly cooled off. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most powerful takeaway from all of this. It's a technique that Lane Lasater, the psychologist, used at the very beginning of his family counseling sessions to set the whole thing up for success. It's brilliant, really. Before diving into all the family's issues, he would just go around the room and ask every single person, are you in a problem-solving mood? That one question completely framed the entire session. Because if the answer from anyone was no, he knew they couldn't move forward. They had to deal with that mood first. They had to figure out what was needed to get that person into a problem-solving state before they could ever hope to tackle the bigger issue. You see, the mood itself was the first problem they had to solve. So let's just leave it there, with that exact same question turned back to you. The next time you feel a conflict brewing, before you even say a single word, just ask yourself this. Am I in a problem-solving mood, or am I in a problem creation mood? Seriously, the answer could change absolutely everything.